And Lisa Rubin, thank you very much. Joining us now, National Organizing Director for Common Defense, a grassroots membership organization of progressive veterans, Joanna Sweatt. Joanna, thank you for being here with us. You spoke at the news conference outside of the courthouse today when this decision came down, and you talked about your personal experiences. You're a mother of 3 children. You're an Army vet now, but you were a member, an active member of the reserves back when you got pregnant again. What decision were you facing?
Yeah, and just to clarify, I served in the United States Marine Corps for 10 years.
My bad.
Active duty. That's okay. From 1997 to 2007. And I joined the service as a wife and a mother. I got a 2-dependent waiver. And oddly enough, my husband actually had to sign a permission slip for me to join the Marine Corps because I was a mother. And then my time in the service, within my first enlistment of 4 years, I had 2 more children, so a total of 3. And when 9/11 happened, I was actually at a combined arms exercise, 2 months detached from giving birth to my 3rd child, who was actually also breastfeeding at the time. And so I had to basically stop breastfeeding my son, go on this deployment, and be away from my newborn. And then 9/11 happened. And so that was kind of my life in 2001.
That's really hard, obviously. When you got pregnant again, why did you choose not to continue down that path?
I got pregnant again around the time that I knew that we were going to mobilize to deploy for Iraq. It was probably about 6 to 9 months downrange, but it was very much topic at hand. And having 2 children in the service already during times when there was no war happening or talk of a war was still very traumatic for me. It was not a welcoming experience. It was never celebratory. It was something that was very looked and frowned upon, frankly. And so I know in this situation, I was already struggling as a mother of 3 small children under the age of 5. And it just was not financially possible. It wasn't possible for my career to continue in a positive light. And so we made the decision to have an abortion at that time, which allowed me to deploy to Operation Enduring Freedom with the Advance Party in 2003.
What's so striking here is that you made a decision to serve your country, to put yourself in harm's way during a very serious time, a very serious threat to our national security, a very heightened moment. And what are you experiencing now? What do you believe you're getting in return from this country?
I have been slapped in the face over and over again, while in service and while out of service. And since the fall of Roe v. Wade, it's been quite evident by leadership at the very top level that it is a war on women. And I find that to be a tragedy, especially when I've answered the call. I've volunteered to serve my country. I would expect to have, full rights. And I am emotional today. I am angry beyond compare. I have a 27-year-old daughter who should be thinking about maybe becoming a mother. And it's traumatizing for her because she doesn't know what that outcome could be or what her options are. And so it really is very sad and disheartening, and I don't feel appreciated. And for anybody to tell me thank you for my service, I just don't believe them at this point.
God forbid your daughter would have complications. Joanna Sweatt, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you coming on with such short notice.
Thank you for having me.
And coming up, Senator